The parents of one of R. Kelly's live-in girlfriends say she is trapped in what they call a monstrous situation. Only on CBS This Morning, Alice and Azriel Clary reveal why they are now afraid for their daughter's, Azriel's, life. It is their first interview since the scathing Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. Azriel Clary met the singer back in 2015. She was 17 at the time. Her parents claim that Kelly promised to help launch her singing career. They say they have learned since then that his real interest, in their words, was a little more sinister. I spoke with them yesterday about how this all started, and they say that just 3 days after meeting R. Kelly, their daughter went to a hotel to meet him without their permission. They were furious and went knocking on hotel doors to find her.
What she said was, this was an audition. Why wouldn't you trust me? Y'all would think I would put myself in a predicament and not call y'all if something wasn't right.
She's saying you're messing up my chances.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what she said. This is my opportunity. This is my big break.
Tempers eventually cooled, and the Clarys say they actually developed a professional relationship with R. Kelly over the next few months, even pitching various business deals, all of which he rejected.
What's going on?
The Clarys say the singer had his own proposal. Let Azriel join him on his tour full-time.
He flew us into Chicago. We sat with him in his studio. We met with him. And he basically told us, yeah, I'm starting tour. Basically, y'all need to make a decision.
Azriel had dreams of becoming a singer, according to her parents, who say she dealt with personal struggles, including a suicide attempt following a bad breakup. That was before she met R. Kelly. She eventually gave her parents an ultimatum. She says, if you don't allow me to go, I will try to take my own life again, or I will run away.
Yeah. I don't want to call her bluff on it because I know she just attempted this previously. I'm thinking in my head, she only got 3 more months. She's going to be 18, so she can do what she wants. And she really carry out this. And then now I'm living with regret for the rest of my life.
From the outside looking in, guys, people will still say, you're allowing your 17-year-old daughter, who at the time is underage, to go with R. Kelly. The perception is that he preys on underage girls. Did that give you any kind of pause whatsoever?
That gave me pause. I mean, it gave me awareness, but you talking about a young lady that's raised by 2 parents going
So you're
to
saying you trusted her?
I didn't trust him. What I trusted was I raised my child right. I trust my daughter will be honest with us. And this was strictly her music. R. Kelly had a platform as big as music can ever give somebody. I didn't see the label stop supporting him.
And you told me that you saw him working with other young women.
Yes.
Last week, Kelly blamed Azriel's parents for their own estrangement.
What kind of father, what kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
3 months before Azriel turned 18, the Clarys signed a letter giving their consent for her to go on Kelly's tour and stay with a woman named Valerie Denise Payton. Who is Valerie Payton?
It ain't R. Kelly. It's not Robert Kelly.
But does she work with R. Kelly?
She's supposed to work for the label. We found out later on that she works for R. Kelly.
But at the time you signed this, you thought she was...
He told us it was someone affiliated with the music label.
From Sony.
Okay.
Correct.
So you thought she would be a chaperone for your daughter.
That's what she was supposed to have been.
Okay.
And we found out later there was no truth in that.
I think in retrospect, many of these parents were too trusting.
Michael Avenatti is representing the Clarys. He claims R. Kelly used his celebrity status to manipulate the families and the women. If what you're alleging is true, how is he able to get away with this for this period of time?
He surrounded himself with a bunch of people, a bunch of yes men and women, that would provide assurance and comfort to these parents relating to the fact that their daughters were going to be safe, that their daughters were going to be looked after, that all of this was legit, that R. Kelly could be trusted.
From people in the inside, some of the other victims that we talked to, they all said that the girls have to prove their loyalty to him by any means necessary.
He's the problem. He don't have a sickness. He made a choice.
And this is what you guys fail to realize. It was not just R. Kelly that was doing this. It was not only just him and his handlers and his cohorts and whatever you want to call him.
It was my daughter,
too. It was also our daughter, because you have to understand, she was lying and duping us and pulling the wool over our eyes from the beginning.
When you look back on it, what do you think of the mistakes that you made? Do you take any responsibility for the situation that you're in?
We never denied responsibility. I feel like I failed my daughter because I should have saw different signs. I should have saw saw the change in my baby girl.
How do you think this story is going to end with your daughter?
How I want to see it end, I want to see my daughter leave.
Of course, but are you concerned about how it could end? Are you
I've heard like a suicide pact. You know, I know my daughter.
a suicide pact?
Yes, I've heard all kinds of stuff. So, you know,
That gives me chills,
It
Alice.
should give you chills
It
because
does.
the difference is our daughter had experience with trying to do it. See, everybody else can talk it, but it's nothing like seeing a father coming in the house and seeing your daughter submerged in water and you have to pick her up and try to get her to the hospital. See, I've been through that. So while everybody else may take this lightly and, oh, they just throwing something out there, it's real life for us.
wow.
As you see, they're very concerned. You saw Jerika's piece. There was an anonymous call called into a hotline. The Chicago police yesterday, after this interview, the Chicago police went to investigate. They found that everybody was fine. And so for now, it's okay. But they, of course, are very worried. They say they've heard that their daughter tried to leave twice and she was brought back twice. That also concerns them. And as for Valerie Payton, the woman that we mentioned, the Clary said they've never met her. And CBS News has not been able to confirm what her involvement was with Azriel Clary. So there's a lot going on to this story. It keeps changing. Supposedly, there's going to be a reunion with the Clarys and their daughters and the Savages and their daughters this week. We will see.
It reminds me what this story really is all about. He's a famous pop
Yes,
singer,
yes.
an R&B singer, but the most important thing is the safety and security of girls. That's the most important thing, and the damage that he has done in terms of manipulating and abusing, allegedly, all of these girls.
But I think parents also have to take responsibility, too, which they are doing, saying that they would have made different decisions.
Well, you can see how much pain they're in as well.
That's very clear.
Yeah.